Many people that are looking for a fresh start in a new home are debating whether they should renovate their current home or find a new one. Here are some key things to remember if you're one of those people who are thinking about that same thing in this market. The key thing you got to ask yourself if you're debating about renovating your current property or finding a new one is, do you need more space? You obviously can't create more space unless you build more interior property on top of the current property you have. So if you're not doing that, if you're not extending the current property you have, the space that you have within your home is what you're going to be working with. So the main thing you want to ask yourself is, do you have enough space in your property that you would be happy living in your home for X amount of years, whatever goal it is that you're looking for, and make sure that that's something that is a high priority, because if you end up selling your property and you buy a new one and the space is the same, you may feel the exact same as you do right now as to why you want to sell. So have that be something that you prioritize and make sure that you know exactly what it is you're looking for. If you have a 3-bedroom, you're targeting a 4-bedroom. Those are some key things that you really want to identify instead of just saying, I want a new house, let's find a new one. Another thing to keep in mind is, do you like the area that you live in? A lot of the times people want to move because, they want to find an area that is better for their children or, has more amenities around them, whatever it is. Those are key things as to why maybe finding a new home might be a little bit better, because renovating your current one just doesn't make sense to stay within that area. So also too, if you like your house and you really want to stay within that area and find a new home in that area, it might be worth it for you to renovate that property and keep what you have. Again, if you like the space that you have, to maybe use the equity that you have built into your home. A key indicator as to why a renovation might be a little bit better is, you got to ask yourself, is the main reason that you want to find a new home because of your outdated finishes? If that's the case and you have, let's say, home equity built into your home, or you have money on hand to be able to renovate, maybe just having a renovation done into your house can actually save you a lot of money down the road, instead of maybe buying a more expensive property and paying a higher monthly payment for your mortgage, whatever it is. But if really the main reason is, you like the area, you like the space, but your finishes are outdated, I would highly recommend that in a high interest market like the one that we're in right now, where the interest rates are quite higher than maybe what it would have been when you bought your current property, to make that transition into a new one, now you're going into a new property with new rates, and that cost might be more expensive than what you're breaking down on paper of just doing simple math. So make sure that if that's the main reason, you just want new finishes, that you really entertain the fact of, maybe we should just spice up our current property right now, get new finishes, get modern type of finishes that you're into, that you're looking for in a new home, instead of finding a new property. The key thing is what is the most cost-effective solution for you? And like I mentioned previously, if you're looking at just having money on hand to give to the next house and looking at the cost of the house as being the main thing you're looking at, that's wrong. You got to look at the interest rate difference. You got to look at breaking your mortgage. You got to look at what it'll cost to actually renovate your property. Like, these are things you got to actually compare, break it down on a spreadsheet, and make sure that you fully understand that this is what the cost difference is going to be monthly and out of pocket to put down. So these are some key things. Get quotes, get contractors into your property, get prices for what things are going to cost, and meet with the bank. Make sure that you're talking to the bank to know these type of discussions before you make that decision, because the bank will be able to tell you what the penalties will be and what the interest rates are, or again, mortgage lender, whatever it is, to be able to make a good decision and not just jumping on a decision because it feels right at that moment. So the question is, what's the worst case scenario for renovating the property that you're in? Well, the worst case scenario is you really don't like the area, you don't like the space. You renovate your entire property only to realize that the renovation wasn't the solution, that there's other reasons as to why you wanted to move. And now you renovated your property, you're hoping to sell the property for more money, to put money in your pocket, when really in the end, you ended up losing money, and now that's gonna domino affect you for the next property. So that's what would be the worst case scenario for renovating your property over choosing a new one. The worst case scenario for buying a new home is that you end up back at square one. Maybe you don't like the area after all, that you really wanted to target, or maybe the house that you bought, you didn't get a home inspection on and you're realizing that now it needs a lot of work. There's things that make buyers realize after that the grass is not always greener on the other side. And maybe all that time that you spent in your home that you know all the repairs that are needed, now you living in a new home, these are all new things to you, and you find out later on, and now it ends up costing you even more money. And obviously too, you got to remember breaking your mortgage, land transfer tax here in Ontario. These are some things that can add up later on that can really make you regret making that decision to find a new property. Hope you guys like this video. Let me know what you guys think. Do you prefer to renovate or find a new property when you're in a position of making a change in your life? Let me know, and if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please do so, and let me know what you guys think of this video.